You're watching Watch Fox Sports Zone with Sports Director Matt Dow and Amanda Poole. More sports coverage than anyone else in the Midlands. Sponsored by Lexington Medical Center starts right now.
Welcome into Sports Zone, everyone. I'm Sports Director Matt Dowell. Thanks for staying up late with us after college football. Second round action of the high school football playoffs underway tonight, but first there was a state champion crowned. The Skiza 4A state championship between Hammond and Porter Gowd at Charleston Southern. Porter Gowd ready to go. First championship game under Brad Bowles, head coach, and on the Hammond sideline, their OC Rick Reitz, who led Porter Gowd to their last state title in 2016. Good start for Hammond, marching it down the field, capped the drive with this Emmanuel Johnson touchdown. Skyhawks taking a quick 7-0 lead. But how about the counterpunch from Porter Gowd? Guess who? All year long, they go to J.J. Flood, and he delivers 84 yards. Perfection off the option pitch, and it's a tie ball game, all at 7. And this, y'all, was a classic championship game. More J.J. Flood, another touchdown for number 4, and Porter Gowd has a lead on Hammond here, but Hammond would strike back before the half. Quarterback Andrew Turner for the Skyhawks, throwing it right through the hands of a defender to Jack Croft in the end zone, and Hammond tying it up at 14. That's the way it goes into halftime. In the second half now, a huge play for Hammond. Andrew Turner screen pass to Emmanuel Johnson, and he's off to the races, 64 yards to the house, and the Skyhawks retake the lead as Hammond goes up 21-14. Now, how many times can you say don't count out your opponent? Well, Porter Gowd fighting the drive, capped up by this, the direct snap to Tony Brown. He scores. It's all tied up at 21, but Hammond going to milk the clock way down, under a minute in the game, but they still have to score, and they do. How about this? The perfect pass and catch. Andrew Turner to Mike Tyler, 23 yards. Whew, what a play. 28-21 lead for Hammond. Porter Gowd can only try desperation. A Hail Mary falling short here, and that will do it. 8 straight titles for Hammond. 28-21 the final score, and the celebrations commence for the Skyhawks as their Skiza dominance continues. 8 titles in a row.
It means everything. I couldn't do it without all my family, my teammates. It means everything to me.
For this school, for this program to be on top like you are, I mean, what does it say about what you guys have done?
It's legendary. It's historic for sure. Definitely historic in the state of South Carolina. We're trying to break more records on. Keep this thing going.
Do the same thing we've been doing all season long. Defense came out there after a turnover and made a big stop. I mean, we knew that they did their thing. We got to go out there and do ours. 7 minutes left. We did exactly what we could. Went out there, ran the ball, took some time off the clock, and got down there, and thankfully were able to make a heck of a play.
The Hammond Skyhawks, Skiza 4A state champions, 8 championships in a row. Their dominance is just unbelievable. Well, in the South Carolina High School League second round action, we're going to take you through this by classification, starting with 5A Division 1. Remember, 5A split into 2 separate divisions this year. Dutch Fork hosting Boiling Springs in the second round. First quarter, Dutch Fork on the move. Quarterback Ethan Offing swinging it out to KJ Smith, making a move, and he's going to take it 34 yards for the score. So the Silver Foxes striking first, and that would be a big theme tonight. Later on, though, Boiling Springs punting from their own end zone. Jaden Westbrook going to field it. He's going to take it outside, and he's going to return it for 46 yards for the touchdown. This one was all about Dutch Fork as expected, as the Silver Foxes cruise to victory 42-14. They move on to the next round. Ridgeview was over at Cane Bay tonight, and Cane Bay, we're going to join this one with Cane Bay down 10-0 at the half, needing to get something going, but it's Ridgeview starting the half with the ball. Blazer drive down the field. Derek Howard to Amari Johnson with the big third down conversion. That would end up leading to a short Bradley Wilson touchdown run. He's fired up. Extra point, though, no good, but Ridgeview up 16-0 at this point. The Cobra's going to show some life with the ball discussing fourth down. Colby LaRocca showing off a nice arm first down completion to Austin Seabrook to keep the drive alive. LaRocca finally getting the Cobras on the board on the quarterback sneak, and they got to go for 2. LaRocca this time going to Corin Haupt for the 2-point conversion. The 16-8 lead cut in half. But the Cobras underdog, their run's going to come to an end, and Ridgeview going to win this game, and the Blazers keep their season alive as they beat Cane Bay on the road 22-15. The Blazers are going to visit Somerville next week in the third round. Let's check out some scores from 5A Division I. River Bluff actually was in action last night in their second round at Rock Hill, and the Gators advancing 34-17. So it's going to be River Bluff versus Dutch Fork next week. Yeah, get ready for that one, y'all. And then Sumter was at home tonight against Ashley Ridge. And don't forget about the Fighting Gamecocks, y'all. Sumter winning comfortably 55-24 as they move on. In 5A Division II action tonight, number 1 seed Irmo hosting 8 seed Chapin in the second round. Eagles trying to play spoiler tonight. First drive of the game for the Yellow Jackets. Irmo quarterback A.J. Brand going to keep it off the snap and show off his speed. The cold weather ain't slowing him down. Brand finding the end zone, and the PAT is going to be good for Irmo to take an early 7-0 lead. Later on in the first, it's going to be Chapin's turn. Eagles quarterback, as the Irmo cheerleaders, celebrating that first touchdown. Eagles quarterback Brady Albro going to connect with tight end Cooper Kennedy, and Kennedy going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. All Chapin has to do is punch it in, and that's exactly what they would do. Next play, Albro handing it off to running back Tanner Short, who crosses the goal line, and Chapin evens the game at 7. The Chapin community loving this one so far. Still in the first, back to Irmo. Brand taking the snap, hands it off to Anton Jones. Jones gonna find all kinds of space and is able to put Irmo at the 5-yard line. And a few seconds later, Brand with the handoff to Amir White this time, and the running back giving the Yellow Jackets the lead once again. Irmo with a bad snap on the PAT, so no extra points. So it's a 13-7 score Irmo, and Irmo going to continue that momentum, running away with this one. They advance with a 38-7 win over Chapin. Chapin's season comes to an end. White Knoll was out on the coast tonight taking on Myrtle Beach. The Timberwolf ball up 3 halfway through 2. We got their quarterback Landon Sharp starting us off tonight, dropping back, launching one to the far side. Timberwolves coming down with it, shaking off the Seahawk defender. White Knoll up 11 after a 2-point conversion. Big up 11-0. Myrtle Beach trying to get it together. White Knoll, though, with the ball back near the Seahawk red zone. Sharp keeping it and knifing through the Myrtle Beach defense for 6. 18-0 Timberwolves. The Seahawks looking to respond. Quarterback Gaddy airs it out, connects with J.J. Brown. This is a 35-yard gain, and Myrtle knocking on the door. White Knoll, though, their defense very good, trying to keep this one very steady in front. A Rhino package now, handoff to Brown. He punches it in. Myrtle Beach touchdown cuts into the Timberwolf lead, 18-7 at the half. White Knoll going to win this one, though, comfortably, 39-14, and they are moving on. Westwood was at Berkeley tonight. The Redhawks trying to play spoiler to Berkeley's season. Excuse me, Berkeley going to start us off with the possession. Quarterback Henry Rivers rushes for the first touchdown. Westwood would give up a safety, so not a good start for Westwood, and it honestly wasn't a good night for the Redhawks. Next Berkeley drive, Henry Rivers finds Caden Bash for the touchdown. Westwood trying to get on the board, but Berkeley's DB Avery McGee would lay a big hit that would force a punt. Next Berkeley drive, Henry Rivers rushes for a big gain, and then later on in the possession, Rivers handing off the ball to Bryson McGee, who's going to punch it in for the touchdown. This one was a tough day at the office for Westwood. Their season ends tonight as Berkeley wins 36-0, and Berkeley advances on to the next round. Let's head to some 4A action for you guys now. Wren having its best season since the Hurricanes won a state title in 2019, but they hosted a Camden team tonight that has been to the state title game in 3 of the last 4 years. Picking up first quarter, Wren's Colton Bagwell with the handoff to Reese Price. Touchdown Hurricanes, they are up 7-0 early. Camden goes to work. Wyatt Thompson out to the Wildcat, throws downfield to Trayvon Wright for the 46-yard gain and the first down in the red zone. A couple plays later, they hand it off to Wyatt Thompson, who throws it to Tylen Drake for in the back of the end zone for the touchdown to tie it at 7. This one was an instant classic, and Camden wins it in the final seconds as they take down Wren 43-42, and the Bulldogs are moving on to the next round. Gilbert was over at Bishop England tonight. The Battling Bishops racing out onto the field on this chilly night. I was it was cold. It was cold, y'all. Gilbert Indians quarterback Cooper James with the long toss to Connor Gooding, who gained some extra yards there. This helped set up a short yardage to run, a touchdown run by Trevin Williamson. So the Indians up 7-0 in the first. The Bishops with some big tackles, including this sack by defensive end Matthew Ponkow and several other defenders. But the Indians strike again. Williamson pushes his way through for the score. Indians up 14-0 in the second quarter. This one was back and forth, but it's Gilbert who survives 36-30. They eliminate Bishop England, and Gilbert, y'all are moving on to the next round. AC Flora was at Westside tonight. The Westside was where we're going to start with Cutter Woods, a 65-yard touchdown pass to Drayson Evans, and it's Westside who takes the early lead 7-0 on the Falcons. The defense just can't tackle him, and Westside getting the big-time touchdown to start off this game. And then later on, it's going to be Westside once again. Woods with the screen to Sherrod Richardson, who goes this time 80 yards for the touchdown, 14-0. This one was all Westside as they win 49-9. They're moving on, and the season comes to an end for the Flora Falcons. One score from this classification is R&E was at Daniel, and the Cavaliers falling 48-36, but this was a fantastic game. Quarterback Will Wilson for R&E really played a spectacular game, but it's R&E. Their season comes to an end with a 12-point loss at Daniel, but this was a great game, and R&E with a really special season. And finally, some scores for you guys involving our Midlands teams in the other classifications. Starting in 3A, Orangeburg Wilkinson was at Keenan tonight. It's the Raiders who get the win 38-7. Keenan is moving on. The season is over for the Bruins. And then Dillon was at Newberry tonight, and it's the Dillon Wildcats who win that one by 5. So a tough loss to end the year for Newberry. This was a great game, but it's Dillon who is moving on. In 2A action, Batesburg-Leesville continues their perfect season as the Panthers win 49-14 over Andrew Jackson, and the Griffins of Fairfield Central with a big-time win over Chesney. They win 41-6. Other scores from 2A, one more from 2A, that's the Saluda Tigers. We're over at Central tonight, but the Tigers losing that one by 11, so Central is moving on in 2A. And finally, a couple scores from 1A action tonight include Abbeville, who was hosting Blackville Hilda, and Abbeville winning that one comfortably 41-13. And Bamberg Earhart is moving on as they win by 16 over Baptist Hill.